Liverpool have been drawn against Porto in the quarterfinals of this season's Champions League. Looks like the first leg's going to be at Anfield, the second leg's going to be over in Porto. How does everybody feel about that? Look, I'm not going to lie, it is probably the easiest draw that we could have gotten. Yeah, look, there is no two ways about that. I'm going to say it. It is the easiest draw that we could have gotten. Other ties, of course, see, who have we got? Manchester City are away at Spurs, United are away at Barcelona, and Ajax are at home against Juventus. The semi-final draw means that if Liverpool were to get through against Porto, they will play the winners of Barcelona and Manchester United, with the second leg being at Anfield. It's set up, ladies and gentlemen. It really is set up for a very, very interesting finish to this season. City have to play Juventus if they beat Spurs. Exactly. United have City. Ollie's at the wheel, or United have Barca. Ollie's at the wheel, me arse. Let's see how that one works out for them. I can't see it ending too well. I'm absolutely delighted with that. Absolutely delighted with the fact that Liverpool are going to be playing Porto again in the Champions League. It worked out well for us last year. We destroyed them away, and then of course took them back to Anfield and got the job done. So look, how's everybody feeling about that one? My fan on my laptop is starting to kick in here, so bear with me if you do hear some noise. It's yeah, it's a pain in the arse. I'm not gonna lie, it's a massive pain in the arse, but I am working with. Do you know, I'll drop the fan right down. I'm working with my my laptop today, and not my MacBook. So it's a good draw for us, Craig. I'm in Portugal for the second leg. Said Scotty, should I go to Porto for the match? Yeah, no, mate. I wouldn't advise it. You won't get a ticket, I wouldn't say, but mate, it's up to you. If you want to go to Porto, mate, go to Porto. I can't tell you what to do. I did something similar one point in my life. Right, what have you got? Quality draws is natural opinion. It is. I actually didn't want Porto, if I'm being honest. I didn't. But now that we've drawn them, I can see a path through to the semi-final without being disrespectful to Porto. But look, let's be fair. It's definitely a favourable draw. Right, what have we got? MUFC Gamer said, worst possible draw for us. You got the easiest tie for sure. Yeah, look, I can't deny that. MUFC Gamer, you're right. It was a pretty easy draw for Liverpool. Probably the easiest one we could have got. Second leg as well, or semi-final, excuse me. Second leg at Anfield is very, very interesting. Quarters, of course, were away for the second leg, at home for the first one, but I'm thinking we get it done, let's be honest. They better have the lube ready on standby, said LFC 1982. A great draw, looking forward to Liverpool versus Barca in the semi, said Carmi Armstrong. But Ollie's at the wheel! I mean, Ollie's at the wheel, doesn't that mean that they're going to win everything that they're entered into? No, seriously, I can't see a way for United getting past Barcelona. Respectfully, I cannot see a way for it to happen. And the UFC Gamer, mate, I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Can you get past Barcelona? Manchester City against Spurs as well in the quarter-final. That's going to be interesting. An all-English final, reckons Andres Investa. That would be class, wouldn't it? No, actually, it wouldn't be class. I'd rather Liverpool Juventus or something in the final. I don't want Manchester City getting anywhere near the final. Spurs, Liverpool Spurs final. That one I'd take. All-English final, we've gone through. Potential Liverpool versus City final, said Natural Opinion. Yeah, there is. Also a potential Barcelona against Juventus final. But yeah, it will be Liverpool in the final. Of course it will, because we're going for number 6. What else we got? After we beat Porto and Barca, handsome mank their asses, we're off to the new camp, which means second leg semi-final at Anfield. Said that Anfield? Did I just say that? Anfield, said David. Worst draw. Where we go? Worst draw to us, City. But if we win, then Ajax Juventus winner. Kai, are you a Spurs fan, mate, or are you a Manchester City fan? Sorry. I'm not, by your reading, I think you're a Spurs fan. I wouldn't say it's the worst draw. You know what you're up against when you play Manchester City. A bunch of financially cheating bastards. But other than that, you know what you're up against. Do you think Liverpool are capable of taking down Barcelona? Yes. I said this yesterday. I said it all week. I wanted us to draw Barcelona, and I do reckon over 2 legs we can get the better of them. Second leg at Anfield as well. What a way that would be to fight it through for the final. Liverpool Barca maybe, it's just amazing. I'd love that for a semi-final. Dave's LFC chat. Thanks for your support, Craig and Connor. Still no word back yet. I'm sorry to hear what happened, Dave. I really am, mate. It's a pain in the arse that the onus is on you as a content provider to prove you've done nothing wrong, rather than the person who's accusing you proving you have done something wrong. And I know you haven't done anything wrong, mate. So I hope you get it sorted out. I really do. If we hit our absolute peak, the double could be on. No bullshit. Barca won't show us any respect and could be open at the back, in Natural Opinion. Claire said get in. I only called it. You did, Claire. A few people did say it. It's an interesting draw. It's a very, very interesting draw. What have we got there? Yeah, Spurs fan, keep up the good work. Thank you, Kai. Really appreciate that, mate. Anything is possible to them, UFC gamer, especially after PSG. But I can't believe this draw. I'm not gonna lie, mate. I'll be honest. I don't see you getting past Barcelona. I just don't. And I'm not being disrespectful to United there. It was a great achievement to get past Paris Saint-Germain with the squad that you had to go over to Paris with. You did excellently. I just think Barcelona's a different animal. Has a date been set? Not that I'm aware of, Paul. Not that I'm aware of just yet, although don't hold me to that one. As he said, great semi-final if we get there. Manx won't last, and that said Carmi Armstrong. And look, it's the fan on this laptop's doing my head in, so I apologise if you're picking up the noise. It is absolutely doing my head in. I'm trying to keep it away from you because I'm just using my laptop for this one. I'm not using my big setup upstairs. I think Liverpool are capable of anything over 2 legs, said McLaren David. So happy we avoided the English teams till the final, said Claire. So am I. That's the one thing I didn't want to. We spoke about it all week, is none of us wanted Liverpool to be drawn against an English side. It didn't happen. When I seen the first tie come out, Ajax against Juventus, you know, the odds went up then of an all-English game. Thankfully we managed to avoid it. When I seen Porto come out, I'm not going to lie, I had a little smile in my heart. And I knew then as well that we were looking at least one English game in the quarterfinals, which was good from outside of our perspective. Spurs against Manchester City. Second leg was at the empty hat, if I remember correctly, the way the draw went. What else we got? Porto, happy days, said Hulifa Taburn. Who else we got in? Juve versus Manchester City, what do you think, said David Lassoff. Be an interesting semi-final, but you know what? Don't rule Spurs out. I mean, Spurs against Manchester City over 2 legs, an all-English tie. All-English ties are always very difficult to call. Anything can happen. So I'm going to look forward to watching that, actually. Fuck Porto, said Stephen Richards. Fuck them all, mate. The Reds, you know, conquering all Europe yet again. What a great draw. Man United to be knocked out by Liverpool 10-0, said Liam. I want us to play Barcelona in the semi-finals, Liam. I got a feel it's going to be a City-Liverpool final, said Azzy. Can you imagine that? Oh, can you imagine that? That would be... that would be fun. That would be fun. Sky are up City's arse again, said Stephen Richards. I haven't even looked at Sky yet. I've just done the stream and come straight on here to do a reaction. Patrick said Porto semi for sure. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you think. You meant to say Porto, but we're definitely getting through that quarter final. Junior Kish and Ria Liverpool Yusuf said it's going to be Liverpool versus Barcelona. And the really important factor about that, ladies and gents, is Barcelona will have the first leg at home and we'll have Anfield for the second leg, which is massive. It is massive. In the quarterfinals, we're home for the first leg, away at the Estadio Dragao for the second leg. But, you know, we've done it before over there. Sadio Mane is going to be absolutely licking his lips at the thought of another European adventure over to Porto. He's smelling top scorer. City plays Spurs 3 times inside 2 weeks, said Hudifa. Again, that ramps up the pressure on them, of course, with Manchester United as well. Again, difficult games coming up for Manchester City, which does help Liverpool. We can't hide that. See you at the semis, my friend. Barcelona versus Liverpool may be the best, said Kate Jackson. I can't wait for it, mate. That's a dream semi-final for me. It is an absolute dream. And then the winner to take on the winner of Ajax Juventus versus Manchester City Spurs. The Manchester fixtures have to be swapped around, as they can't have 2 man teams playing the same city the same night or something. Not even the same night, Claire. Even alternative nights, they can't have them doing it. So yeah, they will have to be swapped around. I think Manchester United might have to be at home now in the first leg. I think that's the way it worked. They had to switch it if they both came out away in the same week. Craig, I feel my fingers, I feel my toes. Double for the Reds. As he said, the draw being as it is, we're at home to Porto. Shouldn't miss Robertson too much. Glad it's not away. That's a good show, Azzy. I forgot about that. I forgot about the fact that Andy Robertson's suspended. I put that out of my mind. Are Porto better or worse than last season? Hand on heart, Boris, mate. I don't know. I haven't watched any of Porto this season. Militao has been sold to Real Madrid. Of course, he'll still be available because he won't get anywhere to the end of the season. We didn't really touch on that last night, but Real Madrid have bought him for, I think, somewhere around 50 million. So yeah, I couldn't tell you if they're better or worse. What else we got? Where's the Emmerdale Cup? When is the Emmerdale Cup draw? I actually don't know, Kai. I don't know. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that, us being, you know, Champions League quarter-finalists and all. We don't have to worry about the Emmerdale, Coronation Street, EastEnders Cup. I don't know. Second leg will be at Anfield in the semis if we beat Porto, said John, which is brilliant, mate, isn't it? Imagine that. Imagine bringing Barcelona back to Anfield for the second leg of the European Cup semi-final. Oh my God, the place will be rocking to its foundations. They won 5 out of 6 group games staged at Porto. Group stage games, excuse me. Yeah, but you know what, mate? let's be honest about it. We should be beating Porto over 2 legs. Let's be fair. I predict 3-0 against Porto, said Patrick. You take that draw all day, said Brian Morrissey. Porto will be disgusted. Thoughts on De Ligt to us? I hope so, Liam. I hope so, mate. I really do, but I don't see it coming. I just don't. I don't see Liverpool going out and spending 60, 70, 75 million on another centre-back. Do we need him that badly? I don't know. I'd love him though. That's what makes it hard to say this. Craig, say again, who did Real Madrid buy? Militao, isn't it? And he plays for Porto. I'm sure it is. I'm sure they bought Militao from Porto. The guy that people were talking about all season. Who's Porto's manager, same as last season? I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue, faithfully man. I just need to get Oxlade-Chamberlain and Gomez fit for the semi-final, said Shashil. Think of all the seasons Arsenal had in the Champions League. No disrespect, but we've been back in it 2 years. A final alongside a potential semi-final. European royalty, it's a natural opinion. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Just subbed, congrats. Just subbed, you're the best. Congrats on 10k. Thank you, Kate. Thank you so much, mate. I still can't believe we hit 10k in our first season. But it means the world to us, so thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that button, guys. Usually I work with a green screen, but tonight or today, this afternoon, this morning, whatever time it is, I just jumped on to do this Champions League draw, and usually you don't have that annoying fan noise you can hear in the background as well. It's just on the system I have to set up to do this quickly, because I thought I was going to be asleep, but I woke up and I said, you know what, let's run downstairs and do the draw. So again, please do hit that subscribe button, guys. You can see we've got some new merch as well, which just dropped recently, so the link is in the description as well if you want to have a look at that. We actually sold a load of those mugs last night. People seem to really like the fucking mugs, which is cool. You might have 11k for the final, said Stephen Richards, for the final in the 1st of June. There's a good chance, mate. There's every chance. I mean, I'm not going to be braggadocious about it, but hopefully there's a good chance. From Portugal, Porto has no chance, said Abdelism. You look, I'd have to say, mate, we would be the favourites. In all honesty, we would be the favourites. Again, apologies for the fan noise. It's my MacBook. I'm just using my MacBook and a mic today for this stream. Usually I have another screen set up. The MacBook's about 10 feet away. So I do apologise. It's annoying me as much as it might be annoying you. Scum's got Barca, said Lalu. John M said City versus Liverpool in the final. Do you know what, Juventus? If Juventus and City both get to a semi, that is going to be a very, very difficult tie for both sides. It's going to be an intriguing game. But so is Spurs Manchester City over 2 legs. Realistic, said Liam. Realistic in what sense, mate? For us to sign De Ligt? Yes, it's realistic. I mean, he was already speaking about us and mentioned what a great club we were and mentioned how great it was playing alongside Van Dijk, so you would have to say it's interesting. Suarez and Coutinho gotta do United dirty, said Elda excuse me. It would be mad if Suarez and Coutinho return to Anfield. Yeah, it would, and it looks like they probably will. First leg would be at the new camp, second leg at Anfield, which is exactly what you'd want in the semi-final. Can you give us your final prediction? Juventus against Liverpool. That's my final prediction. Obviously I'm going to back my boys. Juventus against the winner of Liverpool-Barcelona in the semi-final. I know Manchester United fans are going to be looking at this going, fuck you, you fat-balled Irish twat, but that's my honest opinion. And if it was the other way around and I didn't think Liverpool would get through, I would give you my honest opinion. I think it's going to be... I think Juventus will be too smart for Manchester City. They'll be too streetwise for Manchester City over 2 legs. Are Manchester City capable of beating Juventus? Absolutely. Absolutely they're capable of it. I just think Juventus are so damn streetwise with the players that they have, the experience that they have. Yeah, but it will be Manchester City Juventus against the winner of Liverpool Barcelona. That's my guess. Whatever one you want to take from that. We'll be underdogs, we've got nothing to lose at the UFC Gamer. Exactly, mate, enjoy it. I mean, Barcelona coming to Old Trafford in a European quarter-final. It's nothing to be sniffed at, mate. It's an enjoyable occasion, and I hope that all United fans, whilst not being happy with the draw, look at it in that way as well, because it is a massive occasion when a European superpower like Barcelona rocks up to your city for a Champions League tie. Jovic or Werner's realistic, said Liam. Yes, they both are. Timo Werner, I think, I've a really good feeling that that's going to happen. We might face Barcelona in the semi, said Nelson's. It would be sweet to beat Barcelona in the semi-final, said Lalu. Craig could see us against Juventus in the finals, said Stephen Richards. Do you think it's possible Liverpool can win both trophies? It's possible. It is possible. How could I sit here and say no when we're in a semi-final looking like we've a good route to the or quarterfinal. Excuse me, looking like we've a good route to the semi-final, and we're 1 point behind them in the league. It is absolutely possible. Is it likely? Probably not. Probably not. To win one of them would be great. To win two would be absolutely sensational. Real Madrid will win it, and you know it. Somehow, first order, they'll find a way. Somehow they'll find a way to squeeze them back in through a back door of a side window of a calf flap. Ajax versus Spurs, Porto versus United, said Liam. Yeah, that's absolutely not going to happen. Craig, if we're in the final, you and Connor coming over to soak up the atmosphere. I don't know. Don't know, Stephen. Haven't thought about it, mate. Haven't thought about it one bit. I don't know. We're going to be over a couple of weeks before that. Maybe. Let's just wait and see what happens. Again, let's see how the semi-final works out before we go looking at the finals. There's known that it could be Barcelona United in the semi-final. It's going to be a difficult semi-final either way. Come on, lads. Bring on Porto, St Andrew, Childerhouse. My team is going to get Tom a new one. Get Torn a new one, excuse me. David, who do you support, mate? Spurs fan, Ajax fan, Manchester City fan. I'd love one day to be the host of the final Anfield, whether they get there or not. I'd love one day to Anfield to host the final. Don't think we're big enough yet, mate. I think we need to get over the 60,000 mark to host it there. Who got the worst draw? United, Spurs or Porto? I would say Porto weren't realistically looking at themselves as possible winners of the competition, whereas United and Spurs might have had a sniff in their hearts of possibly getting to a final. So I would say United got the worst draw, if I'm being honest. Though I would say United got the worst draw. Spurs are going to look at Manchester City and know what they're up against, so they're going to know how to plan for it. Whether they can stop them or not, of course, is a whole other thing. But at least it's not the great unknown for Spurs. Coutinho will be back playing in front of the Cop with Barca in the Champions League semi-final, said Patrick Silk. Porto definitely the worst draw, said John. Imagine if Real and PSG went through, what would the games be now? Real would be playing against Juventus, and PSG would be playing, who knocked PSG out as well? Oh, United, PSG would be playing Barcelona. So yeah, that would be, there would still be massive teams going out, wouldn't it? Real, Juventus, Barcelona, PSG, yeah, so there'll still be massive teams getting knocked out there in those two ties. Porto was good, nobody's bad in the last 8, said Michael van der Pas. Yeah, you're right, mate. To get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, you've got to have something about you. No disrespect there whatsoever, but to be fair, Porto beat a very poor Roma side. They're not the Roma team of last year that we played. I want Barca if we get through to the next round, said Andrew Childerhouse. Complacent already about Porto, there's no easy games at this stage. We're going to get past Porto, let's be honest about this. We're getting past Porto. If you think that's complacent, I fully understand why. But I look at it as confident in this team's abilities. Barcelona or United in the semi-final will be a different animal altogether, but I think we'll get past Porto. PSG will get smashed at Justin Walker. Liverpool, Manchester United semi-final. Pogba scream at Anfield descend to the final against City. Sorry, Jack, it's just not going to happen, mate. Maybe you can get past Barcelona, but you're not getting past us, my friend. And you wouldn't expect me to say otherwise, Jack, would you? You wouldn't respect me if I did. Imagine Real, Juventus, Ronaldo versus Ramos and Benzema and Modric. That would be interesting. It would be interesting. It would be like a shithouse festival. A carnival of shithouseness is what that would be if they were to have played. But unfortunately for Ramos and co, they're out because Ajax went over to the Santiago Bernabeu and tore them a new asshole, which was absolutely wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. One of my favourite nights this season outside of a Liverpool game was knowing that Real Madrid were getting destroyed at home by a young Ajax team. It was beautiful. Arsenal and Chelsea in the Europa League quarterfinals. That would be mad, said Patrick. When is the quarterfinal draw for the Emmerdale Cup? When is that on? I never saw Liverpool getting Porto coming. I think you're trying to be, a little bit sly about that one, a little bit underhanded. I didn't want Porto, mate. I'm not going to lie. I said all week I wanted Barcelona. I wanted Liverpool to go up against the European powerhouse. I just mainly didn't want us to draw an English side, and we didn't do that, so I'll take Porto. It's grand. But it wasn't my first choice. Far from it. Porto were a good team, but Liverpool were a step above. Liverpool versus Barcelona in the semi-finals, and us to face Juve in Madrid on the 1st of June, said Liam. That would be delicious. Imagine, as someone said earlier on though, imagine a Liverpool-Manchester City final. That would be mental. I mean, at least we get tickets. That's one thing. It's not like City are going to sell out their allocation. Although the club will probably just buy up all the tickets and just pretend that they sold them. Allegedly. I'm joking. Just before YouTube throw me out. 12-15 is the Europa draw. Thank you, Ozzy. The only draw I got right was Tottenham versus City. That's alright, mate. That's more than I got. Did I get any right? No, I got every single possible one wrong, mate. Every single one. I just wanted to avoid City, said John M. Could Ajax beat Juventus? How could I say no to that when they've knocked out Real Madrid? So it would be ridiculous of me to say no. But I wouldn't put them as favourites. But yeah, again, going to be really interesting. There's some good games to look forward to in this Champions League. Porto fans right now, said Boris, yeah. I mean, look, Porto, there are worse draws for them maybe. They could have got Barca, they could have got Manchester City, or us. So yeah, they got a difficult draw. The empty had what a shambles, said the Revenue. If Barca play like they did versus Spurs, United could go through, said JC. Perfect draw for us, said Adrian Gorman. Don't know what to make of Suarez and Coutinho possibly returning to Anfield, said John. They'll be sad, mate, when they go home and they were so close to a Champions League final, but they had to lose. You know, it is what it is. But we'll show Messi respect and we'll let him know, you know, you came to Anfield, mate, you gave it your best shot. You know, look, I'm being really confident here, obviously, but I just think that would be amazing over 2 legs. Barcelona semi-final. You hear about City and FFP. I don't know if that's to do with FFP, Seamus. I think the possible 2-window ban for City is to do with the underage player signing. I don't know if it's to do with FFP. From what I hear, it's about breaking the rules signing underage players, possibly around the Jadon Sancho thing. I don't know if it is to do with FFP. I don't know if that's a separate investigation that could have a separate outcome. Yes, Craig, beat City in the Champions League and the Premier League. Sweet as, said Joanne. Be lovely, Joanne, wouldn't it? I'll just imagine that. Porto fans are depressed. Oh well, happens. Juventus versus City, what happens there? Do you know what, I would call that a 50-50 tie. In my humble opinion, buddy, I'd call that a 50-50 tie. The guile and streetwise nature of Juventus against the pace, the power and the goal scoring ability of Manchester City, it will be very interesting. You should definitely do watch alongs for every game, in my opinion. I might just do that, mate. I mean, I might just do that, to be fair. I should definitely be doing watch alongs at the Manchester United and Barcelona ties, because we're going to probably play the winner in their semi-final. So yeah, I would certainly be covering the Barcelona Manchester United games, because there's an interest in that for Liverpool. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. Respect Porto, they lost 1 match until now. They've been in the Champions League hundreds of times. Absolutely respect them, but it is fair to say Liverpool are going into this as favourites. You respect anything to get to a Champions League quarter-final, but you would have to say Liverpool are favourites to go through. I don't think that's, you know, that's being big-headed. Defeat Porto, then Barcelona in the semis won't be Manchester United, said Martin. We do respect Porto, but we annihilated them last season. We're just confident, said Brian Morrissey. What's the best attacking side, defensive side, midfield side? I would say, hand on heart, that we're probably the strongest defensively in this Champions League that's available. Juventus quite strong defensively as well, and I would honestly say, again, hand on heart, at this moment in time, Manchester City and Barcelona are probably the 2 best attacking sides as it stands at this moment in time, and that's my honest opinion. People are going to say, well look Craig, we've got Firmino, Salah and Mane, and they're fucking brilliant. I love them, but I'm going on attacking form right now. I think Barcelona and Manchester City are probably the 2 best attacking sides, but look, we're what I class as the best defensive side, along with Juventus, so that gives us every opportunity. The Robbo first leg ban shouldn't be too much of an issue now, said Boris. Man United versus Liverpool semi-final, said Amric. The scenes. Second leg at Anfield as well, Amric, which would make it interesting. Hey Craig, great draw to get in the semi-final, said Chris. And the thoughts, Chris, of a United or Barcelona semi-final, if we got through, would be amazing. Will Oxlade-Chamberlain and Gomez be fit for the match? I can't say, Scotty. I'd be guessing, buddy, and I don't want to give people false information. What have we got? Do watch alongs to all the quarter-finals, said Patrick Silk. I'll try my best. I don't see why not. It makes sense to do it. What about the best midfield side? God, I don't know, mate. I don't know. Possibly City again. Depends who they have available. I don't think Barcelona midfield are as good as they used to be, but I mean, they're still quality. Juventus have Pjanic. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's probably the toughest of the three. Imagine if we beat City to the title by 1 point and beat them 4-3 in the final. Robbo being out for the first leg against Porto at home is a bit of a blessing, I think, said Kev Wright. If Liverpool get Barca in the semis, it's going to be hard to see Coutinho back at Anfield. Yeah, it will. And Suarez, of course. Suarez, for me, would be worse to see back at Anfield because I loved Suarez. He was one of my favourite Liverpool players of the past 15-20 years. I think Barcelona are weak at the back, said Chris, as do I, mate. I think they're definitely gettable. Arthur Mello Boy said Billjoy, or B-Joy, excuse me. Liverpool to win the Champions League, said Mohamed Sani. Messi is the GOAT, no argument there. Messi to me is the greatest player of my generation. I have no arguments about that whatsoever. It's always a joy to watch Lionel Messi play the game. Right, guys, what have we got? We're only one away from 10,030 subs, so if you haven't subscribed and you're watching, please do hit that subscribe button. We'll be back tonight at 10 o'clock with our regular show. Actually, do you know what? It'll be 9:30. We'll start at 9:30 tonight with a regular late night show, so I hope you can join us for that one. We'll go through the draw in more detail. We'll do a full preview of the Fulham game at the weekend. I'll give you my guess at the team selection. I'll give you my score prediction, and I want yours as well. So look, we'll be back for that one, ladies and gents. Always a pleasure to chat with you. The green screen will be back in action tonight, so you know we'll be back to normal. And you won't have this annoying, stupid, fucking humming fan noise in the background. But look, thank you so much for your time as always. Just to run through the quarterfinal draws yet again. Ajax of Amsterdam will play Juventus. Liverpool will play FC Porto. Manchester City will play Spurs. And Manchester United will play Barcelona. The semi-final, the way that works out, is the winner of the Liverpool game will play the winner of the Manchester United-Barcelona game, and the winner of the Spurs-Manchester City game will play the winner of Ajax and Juventus. That isn't in the right order, but that's the gist of it, ladies and gents. Look, I'll chat to you all tonight at 9:30. Enjoy your Fridays. It's the start of a Paddy's Day weekend. I'll talk to you all later on. Up to motherfucking Reds.